What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Renegade Capes on the Renegade Pop Culture Podcast Network. My name is Mike. I'll be your host for this evening. Joining me, as always, we've got to my left, we've got Brock.
What's up, everybody? I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting to have frightened children in some of the things we were talking about, but man, some stuff got weird and some things we're going to talk about.
Oh, yes. And to my right, making his triumphant return, we've got Kiona.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be back. Good to work with Teresa for the first time.
Yes. Returning to Capes, we've got Teresa.
Hello. Long time no see. I'm back.
And on the left corner, we've got Josh and Krystal.
Hello.
And this week, we are talking about Moon Knight and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Some Marvel extravaganza.
Indeed. So first, we're going to talk about Moon Knight because I'll be honest, I have kind of the least to say about this one. Besides, Brock and I kind of covered this already.
Oh, you guys did the breakdowns already, I think.
Yeah, so me and Mike are going to let everyone else talk more than this.
Yeah. Kiona, you were really chomping at the bit to talk about this, so I'll let you go first.
Maybe chomping at the bit, but I don't know. I think for me, I just rewatched the series as a whole, all 6 episodes, and I thought, the first time I saw it, it kind of got worse in the second half of the show, like 4, 5, and 6 for me. Like 1, 2, and 3 were pretty good, and then 4, 5, and 6 were kind of a letdown for me personally. Then I go back and rewatch it, and it's kind of like, no, I can see what they were going for. The consistency was there. I think I like the mystery aspect of the first episode, the pilot, which was really, really good. It kept me guessing, and I was like, okay, I don't know too much about Moon Knight. I think I owned maybe 3 Moon Knight comics growing up. So it was a very unique character and a very different sort of version of the character that we were seeing on screen, I thought, compared to his comics incarnation. And then, of course, in the lead up to this episode, I kind of I went back and reread some of the Moon Knight comics. The one from I think it was 2006 by Charlie Houston and David Finch. That comic is a trip because that is dark as hell.
Yikes.
Ripping people's faces off and everything. And Khonshu's a total dick, which Dick Khonshu is the best Khonshu. So, that they should have done more of that in the show, frankly. I mean, I just loved it. Every single time F. Murray Abraham's voice came on and he was just like, give up the body, worm. I was like, that is the greatest thing. I don't know. It's just funny. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what did you guys think about it? Josh, Krystal, Teresa, what did you guys think?
Let's go ahead. I want to hear what Teresa has to say first.
Put me on the spot. I loved it. I will say I'm an Oscar Isaac stan, so that was just everything. I was like, oh my God. He did such a good job. I also say from a personal point, I mean, not that it got too much into the personalities and psychology, except in the asylum episode. Yeah. But one of my family members was recently diagnosed, so I was very curious to see how it would be handled, and kind of what people especially the wife Layla, not really knowing at all. That really resonated with me. So I thought they did that kind of justice of when they have an alter, it can be purely alter. And obviously the whole mom thing was so rough. But that's definitely how some people do kind of emerge, and they don't even know they have alters. So I thought that was the most interesting part about the show, is just Stephen had no idea who Mark was, and then obviously the payoff at the end, that was just this. I was like, please come back, I need more Jake. But I just thought it was really handled well. I did think it needed 2 more episodes. For the one I want more episodes is when it's Oscar Isaac, probably. But definitely I feel there was not too much time, but the 2 episodes, and there was so much time in the asylum, but there wasn't any time with like Layla and like the character development. There wasn't that many flashbacks with her. I wanted more of her, figure out how they met, like how did this happen, like what have they been doing on their adventures, their archaeological, and we get a little bit of Layla with her family member, but you don't get Mark and her together in the past at all, or talking about it at all. So I just want more. But some people said the CGI fighting was bad, but it didn't bother me. It was no Blade. There's no Blade one, so it was fine. It was fine.
I don't think the CGI fighting was bad. I think the CGI truck and car chase was.
Yeah,
a little rough. It was a little rough.
In terms of CGI, I think episode 1 definitely looked the most cheap. By the time we get to like even as early as episode 2, things got noticeably better. I think shooting at night kind of helped smooth out all of those rough patches.
Yeah. Did you know it was all shot in like Bulgaria? And that the whole time I was like, this is all Bulgaria? So it's like the whole time. It's like all the stuff with the cult and all of that. That was pure like not the Alps. So I was just like, okay, I see what they were doing.
Nice.
So Josh, your general thoughts?
Okay. So here's the thing. I have no connection to Moon Knight except for the amazing videos about him made by Godzilla Mendoza on YouTube. And I recommend checking them out if you want like a primer on anything Moon Knight related, because he goes in depth. That, as well as Matt Draper's excellent video on the Jeff Lemire and Doc Savagewood, I think is his name. I think I'm butchering his name, but they did an amazing run on Moon Knight, just really getting into the psychology of it, and it made me really appreciate the series a lot more. I was going to love this no matter what, because like Teresa, I have loved Oscar Isaac since watching Inside Llewyn Davis, and it is probably for you a Sucker Punch. I always forget that he was in Sucker Punch.
I felt punch. I was like, oh.
I would say, in my opinion, Moon Knight at its best is what I want more of the MCU to be. In fact, this and the other thing we're going to talk about, Doctor Strange, have probably the best use of tone I've seen in the MCU consistently. Which is
I would agree with that.
They don't suck you out primarily, well, with the exception of a couple bits in Doctor Strange, but they don't suck you out immensely for the sake of a joke. Most of the humor is dry and very on point with the situation and the themes tackled in Moon Knight. In my opinion, episode 5 was for me what WandaVision, the second to last episode was, in that it just lays everything bare. And that episode for Moon Knight was just, in my opinion, that's probably one of the best things that the MCU has done, just actually getting into abuse in such a real way. Like, Krystal was a mess.
For anybody out there who's watched the mental health podcasts, I've touched on it before. My mother was a very abusive like that, and I remember like when he said it's like you got to be happy, and you didn't have to live a life knowing that your mother beat you. My lips started quivering. I just started crying until the end of the episode. That was rough. And then I watched it with a friend who has a similar upbringing as me, and he was like trembling. That was
like the fact that something like Moon Knight is able to reach those highs, I think really says something. And I'm going to say it, this is probably the best acted thing in all of the Marvel universe. I'm sorry. I saw somebody say it on Twitter once. Now it's not enough for Marvel actors to be pretty. They like Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke and what's the name of Layla's actress?
Oh, I don't.
I got it.
No,
It's
I know it's
May Calamaway.
Alamoi, yeah, I think.
They acted circles out of everyone that I can think of in the MCU, with the exception of maybe Robert Downey Jr. Maybe. And it's such a world-class difference when you get classically trained actors to do these roles. Oscar Isaac does some Christopher Reeves level magic when he just flips the switch from Steven to Mark. And Ethan Hawke, I haven't seen him just have so much fun in a role in quite some time. I think the only time I see this much scene chewing in a good way is whenever he teams up with Richard Linklater.
True.
Like that is some dedication that they all bring. And in my opinion, there are some weak spots, like Brock mentioned. The CG is fairly spotty. In my opinion, once it clears episode 3, like 2, 4, 5, and 6 probably have the best visual effects of the whole season, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean,
I'm sorry, but I have to see that actress play Lara Croft now. Have to. Like, is there a better cast?
Honestly, no.
That scene with when she's like going across that cavern.
Oh yeah.
Now, the problem is, like, the last girl who got the player, she did a great job. The problem is, you need to make the people that are making the movie do a good job with her, no matter who's cast. That is a giant problem.
Yeah,
That's true. I think she's gonna get one more shot, Alicia Vikander, but
Yeah,
Mhm.
at least one more, which I'm happy for.
at least one more.
I wouldn't be against it.
But I wouldn't be against that. No, absolutely not.
And
No.
maybe Sister Tomb Raiders or something. Team up. Get her in there.
Yeah.
into the Raiderverse.
As long as one comes in with the cardboard, weird plastic body,
Oh,
then I'll take it.
No,
oh no.
Laura, you opened the eye of Ashanti. It's peeking into alternate universes.
stop.
Then it's just someone running away from a dinosaur.
Sorry.
So I have to say,
Nathan Drake just in.
I got to say though, one thing about Ethan Hawke, in episode 6, can we go into spoiler mode now, or?
I think it's been long enough that we can go into spoilers.
So I got to tell you, like,
You're looking forward to him in season 2?
oh yeah, sure. No, but I mean, like, yeah, because he'll survive. But I mean, here's this guy, here's the dude, right? Here's Harrow in episode 6, and he's like, Ethan Hawke, right? Great actor. And you have Oscar Isaac in his nice spiffy Moon Knight costume and his Mr. Knight costume. And you have Meg in her Scarlet Scarab costume and her outfit and everything. And here's Ethan Hawke, who's like dude in slacks and a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, man, he must have been so jealous that day, like sitting in wardrobe, just going like, do I not get a villain suit? I mean, here I'm gonna kick their asses, but like I'm like just wearing a shirt and slacks.
Why can't I get a Harrow Man costume?
Yes, I need a Harrow Man costume, please. Somebody create
The
one.
thing that's
Amit.
the thing that's so cool about all of that is that apparently Arthur Harrow, because I remember thinking like, oh man, they got Ethan Hawke to play the bad guy. I mean, that's pretty cool. Who does he play? See, Sony, I want you to take notes because this is how you do it. Arthur Harrow only had one appearance in a Moon Knight comic. And they just created the character from scratch. I'm just saying, Sony, this is how you do it. and not critically acclaimed world famous Spider-Man villain El Muerto.
No.
Remember El Muerto? All 2 appearances?
Keep in mind, everyone, El Muerto is likely to appear on screen in live action before Black Cat, the Prowler, and Miles, excuse my French, fucking Morales.
If he appears on screen before Jaime Reyes, I will actually shed a Mexican tear. Just a single teardrop.
Since I'm probably not going to say much about Moon Knight, there's legitimately three things that I want to talk about. One, Scarlet Scarab used to be a male and it used to be a villain. I think it's really cool that they went, no, we're going to make something really great out of this and bring it to a great actor and reinvent it, because literally no one knows who it is. Because I had to look it up. We were watching them like, she's the avatar for a hippo moon, for a hippo fertility goddess, and she's got what are they? Oh, like, okay, sure, that works. But then, and Tower, it was great also. But
yes.
That scene where she, so cool.
It was. The fighting style was awesome. It was great.
I know.
My only 2 complaints.
I loved it.
One, and Mike knows it.
The whole show I've been watching, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's cute. She's really pretty. And then she did that. I'm like, marry me.
She was great.
I was just thinking that from the very
there.
beginning. And
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's good. It is good.
Yeah.
I
do think, for myself, speaking for myself personally, I do think that I kind of land on the side of the fence where I would have maybe done the show a little bit differently or structured it a little bit differently. Like, I kind of wish that it sort of leaned into the horror elements a little bit more, and a little bit more like Marvel Knights-ish action and stuff like that. But I think
that's what I was kind of expecting.
Yeah.
When we saw that footage of Oscar Isaac in like combat training, I thought it was going to be a little bit more in the style of Daredevil and the Punisher, but who knows?
But that's what we got Jake Lockley for. So
true.
Yeah, I mean, I if they do a season 2 or a movie or whatever, I would love to see them sort of just go a little darker, maybe. For me personally,
I still have a hunch that Moon Knight will appear in whenever that Marvel Halloween special is coming out. I'm 99% positive it's. Yeah, I'm 99% positive they're just doing Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Guy,
but
I'm stealing my role.
I gotta say though, I wanted to ask you guys, like I lost the question now. Damn it! Wait,
I'm sorry.
Totally lost it. No, but I mean, like, okay, so where do you guys think that Moon Knight could fit in with the Avengers or anything like that? Do you think he fits in there?
No, I don't think he has to.
I think he's going to be. You know what? I think we will see a version of Marvel Knights way down the road, and he'll like carve out a spot there, but I don't think you're going to see him with, the A-listers anytime soon.
Yeah, be with Blade.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Hunting some weird stuff. But yeah, I love that the Twitter mix-up that happened with this show. It's like everyone was going to get another season. I don't remember what order it happened, but one of the two posted the series finale, then the other one posted the season finale, and then the other one corrected itself to say in the season finale. There's that.
I mean, it was a successful show, was it not? In terms of the numbers? Yeah.
Just
so
had the most subscribers ever. They're beating Netflix so bad.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, obviously they're going to bring it back.
It's one of the biggest ones that had a hook for another season.
All fairness, though. In all fairness, though, beating Netflix right now isn't exactly like that hard to do. But
Well,
I mean,
other ones
the
as
way
well.
it sets itself up perfectly.
Oh, it does. Absolutely.
But the way it sets itself up perfectly, I mean, in all honesty, if I feel like Moon Knight fits better with like the cosmic and spiritual side of Marvel, I would sooner see
and stuff. Yeah,
Moon Knight maybe making a cameo. Oddly enough, and it sounds weird, but it was confirmed that they almost appeared. I could honestly see Moon Knight in a sequel to the Eternals, or at least like a reference of Khonshu, because apparently the Eternals were gonna appear in Moon Knight, like just kind of like
I read
shit-talking
about
Khonshu.
See, that's another thing is like
with Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So like with Khonshu, is Khonshu an actual deity in the MCU, or is he like, where does that fit in with the Eternals and what they revealed there?
We're getting to the weird point now where things just exist in people's own little cool worlds, and it's not just you've got one or two things going on. It's now everything's going on at once, and it's starting to look a lot more like written comics than MCU movies where they've got a metric ass load going on at once.
It is, yeah.
Like they confirmed
I actually
there
really
are
like that.
multiple afterlives.
They did.
Yep.
Yes. And someone pointed it out, which I don't think there's any connection whatsoever, but they literally mentioned the other spiritual plane. They basically mentioned where Black Panther happens when they go on. And it looks a lot like Afterlife. It's got the purple moon and all that and that. So it's like there's possibilities. But like one thing I will say that I respect outside of mentioning that, there was the square root of pretty much zero mentioned otherwise of the MCU, and no one complained. For the most part.
Something I learned in watching a video earlier was apparently there was a reference to Ramatut, who is one of Kang's many identities.
Oh, I did not know that.
It was in I think either episode 2 or episode 3.
3, I think.
Yeah, it's the one where Mark and Layla are fighting.
Oh yeah,
like that group of I forget exactly who they were.
Oh, and they did mention
the gas characters, like dudes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They did mention Madripoor.
Yep.
That too.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I've been on the show since Falcon and Winter Soldier came out. So I got to say that like anytime they mention Madripoor, my thoughts just immediately go to Wolverine's early days and Patch and everything, and just like them setting that all up. And oh my god, I would love to see it.
Don't worry, they're never going to show X-Men characters on screen though, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, they're just
going to be the Phantom X-Men.
They're just going to use like all random X-Men material, but they're never gonna. You're never actually going to see them.
There's no chance.
Moon Knight crosses over into the Mojo verse. That's coming.
the soonest I could imagine there being like an actual X-Men crossover is Storm showing up in a post-credit scene in Wakanda Forever.
Oh, don't give me that! Don't give me that hope.
Don't give me that hope.
You know what?
Don't give me hope.
You know what? As long as it doesn't ruin the ending of the movie, I will be totally fine with that. I will get critical when we get to the second thing that we're talking about later.
That is totally what I'm saying.
We'll
though. Like you could do Storm showing up in a credit scene, a post credit scene in Black Panther or in Wakanda Forever, or you could do like just Wolverine just quietly showing up in Madripoor. I would be not against that. I would not be against it. But
oh my god, I can see it now. Just like I don't know. I don't know what was the name of like a Carter like walking into a seedy bar like, look, I'm looking for somebody to help me do a job. I mean, I got a guy, but he's just kind of in the middle of something right now. It's like I need the best right now. It's like, well, the guy that I'm talking about, he's the best at what he does, and what he does, well, it ain't so pretty. You just see somebody getting flung around the bar, and the only thing that you see is just a big fat stogie just being lit up.
Yep.
And the outline of his hair in the smoke.
Yep.
And then it's Channing Tatum. No,
Oh,
no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
At least he didn't say Zac Efron.
No, it's
Just saying, Marvel. I'm comic height.
Yeah.
I'm hairy.
I was just about to say.
Feige, I will beat down your fucking door. My card is there.
What, your green card?
Dude, I'm for that. Oh my god.
Hey, it's okay for me to say that.
Hello, 911. I like your
I may not look it, but I am Hispanic.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you are Hispanic, according to the Border Patrol agent. That
Oh my god!
we'll
that's
talk about that
right.
tomorrow. But shit.
I got
Oh,
stopped
boy.
by Border Patrol.
Oh,
Hey, but
yeah,
you know
that's
what?
a topic
Peter
for
says
another
you're
time. We're
right.
going to talk
Somebody
about
you
that.
can't put.
Oh, we're not going to.
Anyway, I'll say my only few comments on Moon Knight. I liked it
Okay.
a lot. The scarab and all that. I think it's really good. I literally only have 2 complaints about that entire show. 2. And they're tiny. Arrow was great throughout the entire thing, in my opinion.
Yep.
In the beginning, he had the most unique set of just like powers that there was. And then Khonshu gets Mark. He's the like his deity deals with the moon, so he gives a Moon Knight and he puts him in wraps, like whatever. It's fine, it fits. We get Amit, judge of law and all that, gets the thing, gets the staff and all that, and it goes. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense. And I'm like, oh, now she's here. She could give him some more cool fitting powers. And then I'm like, whoa, what's he gonna get? He got the power of purple.
Judgment.
Judgment Purple, I was just like, guys, you were doing so good. And then you just gave him laser powers. Then you random stuff. I was like, ah. But like, besides that, I was here. That was one fumble where I was like, oh, I could have just done with him being a judgy prick more. I could have been okay with that. But also, the only other thing, and I complained about this every episode past episode 1 with Mike, they never explained the fucking glass in his shoes ever.
He's just crazy. That's it.
Well, he did say he was doing penance.
He
Yeah.
never says it out loud, though.
He did.
He
In
talked to
episode
Mark
7.
about it.
Oh, then that skipped
I
over me the 2 times I watched through
It's
it.
him.
When he was saying, I accept your judgment, Amit.
I
Remember, he
took
was
it
like
as-
bowing before.
I don't remember him referencing the glass being
I
part of
took
it.
it as
But
him.
He
Like,
never talked about the
walking-
glass specifically. He never was like, "Oh, I do this weird ass thing with my shoes." Like, no,
yeah.
they never brought it up.
I thought it was like this thing where like he walks for all the blood that he had shed in his time.
I mean,
with
yeah,
Khonshu.
that's what I assumed. I inferred that, especially when he's talking to Mark about how he used to be with Khonshu, and he's like, Khonshu made me do all these horrible things, and I loved it at the time, but like, I don't love it anymore. I love killing for this other person instead. But yeah,
Harrow was basically a jilted ex, and I loved it. It's just like, no, you don't understand. Okay, I'm the best you ever had, but you know what? I'm gonna be better than you, honey.
that's
So,
true.
like,
He's talking to his
I'll do it.
statue. Like, I'm gonna show you.
I
Yeah,
do
it's
love
true.
that he was
I've
just
had
like,
that
man,
conversation.
you are not wrong. You just didn't do your job fast enough. Do you like the
Hmm.
Punisher or do you like Minority Report? You got to tell me which one do you like.
Totally.
That's
Totally.
pretty much what it is.
That's
Pretty
totally
I wait
true.
till he does something, then I murk his ass. You're just doing the preemptive search.
Wait, are we comparing Mark to Tom Cruise?
I'm just talking premises. That's all I'm doing.
Characters.
Can we talk about a little bit about the soundtrack to the show?
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah, the soundtrack was
Yes.
really good.
It was very eclectic, and I love that. It was very, very unique soundtrack, and I like the ending theme that they played for most of the episodes, for like 3 of them, I guess, and for half. And I also love the fact that you have, I don't know if you guys even know who this is, but they have like an Engelbert Humperdinck song. That is the dude's name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I vaguely know that name.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't have that on my Marvel show bingo card for sure. Like, that's
Is that
just the weirdest thing, but it
song
fit.
Man Without Love.
Yes. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
It's a great
He's a
song.
crooner.
It's
You can now
into
say
high health.
Engelbert Humperdinck has been in Marvel, part of the MCU.
Check another one off the list.
The only thing I
Has
really
been
have
in
to
the
add.
MCU. Go ahead.
The only thing I have to add that we haven't brought up on this podcast is how much the Ennead fucking sucks.
They're the most useless organization in all of comics.
Second only to the Guardians of the Universe from Green Lantern.
Hey guys,
Oh,
wait.
dude.
What do you mean that guy who point blank told us he was a psycho that wanted to bring back Amit is he's coming to bring back Amit? What? How could we have known when we helped him lock up the person who hates Amit?
I was like, what? That's it? Okay.
By the way, that scene, that the scene where he actually tells them what's going on with Harrow and everything, that scene, Khonshu is such a tryhard, which I love so much about him, because he's just sitting there like, you know, like he's just trying to be like the most over the top cool like drama queen of all the Ennead, and he's just sitting there like he's the one who will bring back Ahmed. I was just like, oh my god, this guy, Khonshu is the best. Like, sign me up.
But I do love how like Harrow was like, I told you he's gonna start something. I don't the trigger first. Little snake.
Exactly.
Oscar Isaac. I know some people really hated that scene. I don't know. I loved it personally because Oscar Isaac just got to be completely over the top. And
Not even.
The next thing I want to see Oscar Isaac in is just a complete farce, like a classic kind of like Peter Sellers style slapstick comedy.
Pink Panther.
Oh fuck! Oh my god!
He could do it. He
He hasn't done any he hasn't even done
never
like a raw.
wanted anything more.
No.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
true.
either done like super indies or like mega blockbusters, but nothing in between.
Yeah.
He could pretty much do whatever he wanted.
You do a Sucker Punch 2 and just have him singing the whole time. I'd be down for that.
No.
I need him now as Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Either that or what's the name of what's the name of Leslie Nielsen's character in Naked Gun?
Frank Drebin.
Jake Drebin. Him in a new Naked Gun film?
That would work.
Oh
I
god,
totally,
that would be
I could
perfect.
see that.
Frank Drebin, that's what it was.
So before we move on to Multiverse of Madness, final thoughts on Moon Knight?
I'm very excited for the most likely season 2.
Yes.
Yeah, there needs to be a
Yes.
season 2 of
There has to
Or a
be.
movie. I'll take a movie too. Fine.
of the MCU shows. It's this, Loki, and Hawkeye. I think that actively beg for a second season.
And those just happen to be my top
Hmm.
3 favorite shows in the MCU.
They beg for the second seasons because they've set up for some, but I think we can all agree here, and one thing that I'm starting to be sick of with these MCU shows, when only 2 of them look like they're getting sequels at this point, a show isn't bad just because it didn't get a second season.
Correct.
Thank you.
No.
Mm-hmm.
They
Thank
just
you.
did what they needed and then moved on.
I will forever.
We're gonna get
be
into Wanda in a minute, but okay.
Yeah.
I will forever be on that
Move
side,
back, yeah.
especially because I've been burned so many times. You know, Firefly, Vinyl. Remember Vinyl?
I
Remember
do.
Swamp Thing?
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Well, that one wasn't because they were
Heidi
Netflix. That was because
cartoon.
Netflix was retarded.
Nobody? Okay. That's fine.
This is the we go after Netflix episode of Capes.
Yes. I'm sorry, but why would they stop Dark Crystal?
Netflix gets near erect at the thought of canceling a popular show, so that does not shock me.
They're
Cameron and I have talked about this a lot on animation.
Yeah, and the animation and the kids, like, they always say, "Well, it's a different algorithm for different genres or whatever," but they just cut shit. Like, they make new deals with different production houses, and then they're like, "Oh, we can't do all of them. Somebody has to go."
But
They made the wrong choice.
It's okay though, because we may not have gotten Dark Crystal Age of Resistance season 2, but you know what? We got Tall Girl 2. We got Jupiter's Legacy. Remember Jupiter's Legacy?
Oh,
Which I
Jupiter's
remember
Legacy.
I didn't
Yeah.
purpose. The one I didn't want.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Get more of those Miller World shows going.
I mean, we get Pacific Rim Black, so that's cool.
Bottom line, Moon Knight was
The pain,
awesome.
Brock,
Please
the
give it a
pain.
second.
I feel it.
I need Oscar Isaac to speak in Spanish some more.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude.
I love how he's 3 different ethnicities.
Any excuse.
I love how they're trying to pull that
I will
off.
take.
I love it. There's going to be a scene where he's going to be required to float through those 3 different voices. And like you said, that scene where the time when he goes back and you see the blood footprints in the office, that particular one when he's talking, and he floats between the 2 characters. He doesn't make any exaggerated movements to make you tell different. He doesn't have the haircuts this time, and he just talks. If he doesn't get some sort of award for that, for just alone, come on.
Seriously, man.
Yeah,
That
totally
is
agree.
honestly some
Agreed.
of the best acting without even switching expressions, just like instant transformation I've seen.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I get into a near fit of rage when I hear people say that voice acting isn't real acting.
Oh, I hate that.
Acting is acting is acting is acting.
Yeah.
Did you know it was his brother? Was his stand-in? Oscar Isaac?
Aw.
No. Did not.
So whenever there were
that's
like
cool.
2 him, it's also like Oscar was like a producer, so he like literally couldn't be in all of them. So his brother looks relatively like him. So he talked about
he
it
was like
on,
a body double.
yeah, on like Colbert.
Awesome.
So like I'm sure it's like all the like desert stuff, you know, like Land of the Dead like stuff. They needed more of him there. But yeah.
That's cool though.
And I was like, "What's your
That's
brother?
awesome, actually. Yeah.
Is he married?" I was like, "Where is he?"
What's going on? Like,
Yes.
I know Oscar's not available, but I was like,
Sorry.
"What's going on?" Just asking questions. Yeah. No, he just said it was fun, and he,
No, I mean,
oh, good.
I mean, hey, if Oscar Isaac went up to you and was like, "Hey, leave Crystal for me," you would absolutely leave me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That is not wrong. Yeah.
But they,
Oscar
I
Isaac
think it
is
was
always the
Colbert.
correct choice.
you know, it was Colbert where they talked about it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Colbert was like, "What'd you guys do? What'd you, Ethan Hawke and your brother, like, what'd you all do?" And he's like, "We did shrooms." Great.
Nice.
Of course.
Ethan
And
Hawke
I-
is one of
and I
those
was
old
like-
school actors, yeah.
Is this CBS I'm watching? They're talking about shrooms right now. My mom was watching. I was like, it's funny, right? And she's like, I don't care what Oscar Isaac does. And then it's like, okay. But I thought it was pretty racy for the old people channel. That's what I call this.
True.
That's awesome.
But my mom watches nonstop.
All right.
Colbert's like, we're gonna let that go. We're gonna let that through.
Yeah, tell
Don't
Nick
say
Colbert
that.
wasn't into some of the same stuff back when he was on the Dana Carvey show.
Of
Yeah.
course. Probably still listen to it now.
So speaking of the weird stuff, we are entering the multiverse with
Ooh.
Wow,
Doctor
that
Strange.
couldn't have been framed any better.
Oh, that's better.
That wasn't
That's a good frame.
nice.
Good
I'm a
framing
little
right there.
scared, actually.
Damn.
so who wants to go first?
Well, can I just say Can I just say, like, real quick that, like, I have not seen this movie because of my leg injury and stuff. So, and I'm kind of embarrassed to go all, to theaters these days. But, like, but I know of what goes on, and I won't say how, but I'll just say that I've seen bits and pieces.
All right.
For extracurricular means.
Enough to know.
You're on a need to know basis, just like how Sam Raimi was apparently on a need to know basis when filming this movie.
But guys, go ahead, spoil away because
All right.
Hugh Jackman shows up as Wolverine.
I'll go.
Teresa, why don't you go first?
I knew it.
I'll go.
Wait,
He's in the
first.
background in the paint universe.
Oh.
I'll
I
go
didn't
first
hear you
with
say
the
go first.
rant about
Yeah, go ahead.
Marvel fans. You assholes, can't you just let the movie rest for a bit? Seriously, every time with these Marvel movies, if it's in theaters, it's always like, hey, don't spoil the end game. Hey, Shang-Chi's coming. You got to relax. Everything's all good. And then they'll be like, no, we hear you. We see you. We understand. Don't worry. We're totally not going to spoil anything right now. It's all good. Move your head. It's all good. And then you'll see the whole movie spoiled in a matter of 48 hours, give or take. And I'm going to blame America on this. America.
It is a little America.
Wait,
It's Twitter.
Worst. Are you talking about? Oh,
I'm
like
talking
the
about
country.
the country.
I thought you were talking about the character.
No, not
Why are
the
you
character.
blaming America Chavez?
No, it's good, but like the actors spoiled it. Like Variety spoiled it. Like there were so many headlines that like spoiled the second credit scene, and I was like, well, that's pretty effing bold.
Also, to be fair, it's getting to the point now where Marvel's openly spoiling giant things. Like there was no reason that we needed to see the Illuminati was in this movie.
Yeah.
On the red carpet, Kevin Feige actually expressed a little bit of frustration at the marketing. He's like, "Yeah, no, I wasn't happy. Like they showed way too much."
Too late though. Yeah, like I don't know. I think especially the credits. I was like, that was not the first thing I was going to talk about. I have a lot of feelings about Wanda. So I was just like, that's what everybody's talking about first. Like, we don't even know shit about shit. But that's where the focus went the first weekend.
As
sorry, I'm sure you know what we're talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. It's okay. Like for me personally, I mean, this is going to be the unpopular thing to say, but for me, I just like, because of my situation that I'm in, I can't even like, I don't really want to go to theaters at the moment. So, for me, it's just like seeing all these spoilers and stuff. It makes me want to see it more, honestly. Like if I could, I would go tomorrow. I would go this minute to go see this movie because I really want to support it. And I think it looks like it could be absolutely one of my favorite MCU movies.
It'll be rentable soon. I don't think they're gonna hold it because it did. I think Douglas said it dropped like 87% this week.
81 from Friday to Friday, and 67 from weekend 1 to weekend 2.
Well,
which
I'm gonna pay money for it, and I am gonna see it.
Yeah.
It is a big drop, especially for an MCU movie. But my personal opinion is I've seen this movie 3 times, and I usually don't go to see movies in 3D because generally I'm not a big fan, but I make some exceptions, especially when 3D was kind of incorporated into the making of the movie.
Yeah.
And seeing this movie in 3D still wasn't totally impressed, but the scenes that I loved just kind of popped even more. And we'll get more into that later, but Teresa, your overall thoughts on the film?
I've seen it twice, so I must like it. But the experience in the movie theater. I felt like it was like the most fastest pace when I mean they're literally being chased through multiverses, so I mean that's why it feels a little fast. But then after I started thinking about like, so they're blaming it on Wanda for like a third time. That's kind of whack. Like, I know people say like it makes perfect sense. I don't read the comics, but I'm just kind of like, I just feel like there was not enough foreshadowing or like getting you there that was like, oh, Wanda misses her kids. She's just gonna go freaking crazy. And I'm just like, I need where'd she get the dark? I wanted to see it. I know we were told a lot of things, but I was just like, it comes up short. It comes up short for me. And I know Elizabeth Olsen wants to leave and like, okay, but I feel like they could have done her character. They did her wrong. That's what I feel like they did her character wrong. They could have like a more understandable villain. I know she's a mother. She wants her kids. She'll do anything for it, but it was just, I don't know. It felt too convenient for me, but I thought it looked amazing. I love Sam Raimi. I love America. I love like the jumping through all the universes and showing that the world of paint, like more of that. And like, I don't know. I think this was like, even with the love story and it's the bitter end, I thought it was like a good arc for Doctor Strange himself. But yeah, it could have been a less Christine, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it. But yeah, I just felt like the implications for Wanda was like doing her character just so wrong.
Yeah, over the past week, I've been in many different conversations about Wanda's character, and even since our first review, I've had back and forth opinions of my own.
Yeah.
Brock, have you had a chance to see it again since our 0 hour?
Yeah, I have, and it is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I myself, for how they did it for me, I felt it worked. At least to me, I really like the movie. It has anyone who hasn't seen it, it has the best use of music in a fight, literally ever. You can't top it. You just can't. But
yes.
But as far as the plot goes, which is what we're going to talk about, for me, it was Wanda never had anything outside of her brother. And her brother got taken away. And then she had Clint. And then she didn't have Clint. And then she had Vision. And then she lost Vision and was so heart-stricken that she literally held hostage an entire town and made up kids. And then, which Mike brought up, which connected through when we talked about it, she gets the Darkhold halfway through WandaVision and starts looking at stuff. And then at the end, you see her in a cabin by herself and she hears her kids. So then they say it's been 6 months and she obviously hasn't left there. She's only studied this thing to get her kids back. So I'm like, in my head, how they got there was fine, but I would have appreciated a little bit of showing the breaking down process. I get it. It could have been explained better, but how they got there was fine. So I agree with you there, and like it's a 50-50 kind of meeting sort of thing. But I will tell you, Wanda's the scariest damn villain that the MCU ever made.
Yes. 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 Dear God, there's
holy actual shit. The writer said when he was talking about writing the scenes when they're going through the tunnels, he was watching Aliens. Yeah, no shit, you were watching Aliens. And like I didn't understand it because I watched it on an early release where I was more irritated with the moron that was sitting next to us. And the second time I watched it with parents with a lot of kids. And it also is what made me realize that this movie dropped the weekend of Mother's Day.
It did.
Yeah.
It's the mom.
It did. It
didn't catch that at first, but then when the mom in front of me went, "Oh no," I'm like, "This was on Mother's Day."
I actually saw it on Mother's Day. Like that was
I saw my third time on Mother's Day.
And like I'm seeing these kids, and this is the part where I started going, man, I don't understand what they're talking about with kids. And then it started hitting me where they're like, and we're getting into spoilers right away. When oh god, I want to put this, when Black Bolt dies, everyone was kind of fine. But then when Mr. Fantastic gets like shredded, I'm literally seeing parents explaining to their kids, no, it's gonna be okay, he'll make it, it's fine, because the kid is like, ah! I'm like, oh no. I'm just like, oh, that poor kid.
PG-13.
Yeah, I was like, what?
You should have. Your kid's like 5. You should have. I get you wanted to see it, but yeah. Everyone, man, I will tell you the foreshadowing of this film with oh man, now I'm forgetting her name. John Krasinski's wife's name.
Oh, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt going on a tirade about how she never wants to do a superhero movie. Fishtailed everyone away from John Krasinski's decade-long fan casting as Mr. Fantastic. So when he dropped in that chair, I was like, it's like, they actually did it!
I hate to say, the electricity in our theater, we saw it at the Alamo Draft House. The electricity in that theater when the Illuminati showed up, it was so sad for me because there were reactions for literally everyone except for one character. It's like, you got Blackgar Bolt again, or Black Bolt, and I'm just shifting in my seat like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah,
Your show sucked. And then
I know, I had
Captain
to
Carter
I know he was on Humans, and he was like, what show? And I was like, never mind.
Exactly.
He's in the
What
Illuminati
show?
in the comics. That's why they did it.
I mean, I know why they did, but like, no one watched Inhumans.
And then
nobody knows who that was.
Yeah.
And then Captain Carter shows up, and everyone's like, "Ooh!" And I hear Krystal going, "Oh." and then Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel, and there was just dead silence, and I just felt so bad because I was thinking, "Oh, that's so cool." And then
they don't remember.
Fucking Mr. Fantastic comes in.
That I thought.
Then Mr. Fantastic comes in, and I hear everyone going, "What?" And I'm thinking, man, I feel so bad for Lashana Lynch. She did not deserve that dead silence.
Which I told my mom. Well, my last name is actually Lynch, so she knows who she is. So my mom was like, "Oh, there's a Black Captain Marvel I hear in this one." And I was like, "Well, just for a little while." I didn't tell her what happens.
Yeah.
But I was like, "We could watch it, if you want to watch it later."
Yeah. It's kind of sad. But my biggest pop in the entire movie, or what's that, Chris? I'll let you get to it, was when Mr. X comes in, and I'm just like, please, please, please. And you hear the faint sound of the 90s X-Men in the background, and I'm like, you beautiful bastards.
that was one of my pops.
No, what I was going to say is that we have a friend who works as a cross guard worker at a middle school. And we watched this movie, and then she told us that her school is taking all of the 7th graders to go see that movie as a field trip.
Oh, no.
Wow.
The principal, none of the administrators apparently have seen the movie.
That's how I got to see Jurassic Park.
Good.
That's so many therapy bills.
Yeah, but last comments before we get away. The way I'm liking with all these Doctor Strange films that they're not ending with giant CGI fistfights.
Same.
Yeah.
Literally, the entire thing was Wanda is dealing with a situation badly. And honestly, this is the way that you fix problems with a lot of people in real life. Show them what the hell they're actually doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I, going back to the Moon Knight thing, I was a child of abuse on my dad's side, but luckily it happened very early for a strong period to where I actually got taken away and I stayed with my mom as a single mom for my entire life. So there was a big old switch on that. And then when they have that part at the end where she just goes, well, I was about to take that movie from an 8 to a 2 if America would have won against her in a fist fight. Glad that didn't happen. But because I was just like, guys, you can't just have her in 2 seconds, whatever. I'm happy she got her shots in. But then like she just goes, no, I'm going to let you kick your own ass. Just go in there. And they show her and her kids are like hiding behind the banister thinking their mom's coming to kill them. And she just comes in and just caresses her hair and it's like, I'm going to take care of them. Please just be happy. They'll live good lives. I was just like, I'm going to need a minute. But yeah, it was really good. Oh, but yeah, it was really good. I like, and again, it was one of those things where Elizabeth Olsen is point blank said that she's like, I really don't have a contract anymore. They kind of just tell me when they want me in movies. But she has said that she's gotten to miss stuff because of Marvel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's been very open about kind of the feeling the regret of not being able to do other projects.
Yeah, which I've heard,
Yeah.
and I cannot confer this, is that supposedly people have been talking that they're starting to not make people sign 19 billion movie deals anymore where they're shorter, supposedly, to avoid that because like Chris Evans said that he rejected the role like 3 times before he signed on for Captain America. And like originally we were going to have Joaquin Phoenix as Doctor Strange and he backed out because of the commitment.
Yep. That's literally the reason he backed out.
Yeah. So exactly.
Wow.
Let these people come back when you need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the movies take freaking forever.
That
so.
is true. That is true too.
And also COVID didn't help.
Yeah, it took even longer.
No,
Yeah.
But she didn't. I don't know if I could imagine her in The Lobster. But that's the one she mentioned this week. Like, oh, I missed The Lobster. I was like, Rachel Weisz was okay.
I remember seeing her first in this movie called Wind River. Do you guys remember that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
the Jeremy Renner
Yeah.
one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah, she was really good in that.
And then I never know the 4 names, but it's like
Oh yeah.
Martha, Mary, Marsha, whatever, Marlene.
Oh,
That one.
That's a
That
really
was when I
good
was
one.
like, she's
That
the
was-
good Olsen. She's the one.
Yeah.
she's the one that has her life together, guys.
I was like, I get it. You came out all over. I was like, you're the forgotten sister, but now you're in the mix, and I get it. Also, it's a devastating story.
Yeah. Less said about that.
So I am probably going to be the one to dump for a bit
That's fine.
Go ahead.
because
Go
I'm
ahead.
probably the most critical about this movie in the sense that I am a huge Sam Raimi fan. In fact, before we saw Multiverse of Madness, I got on a little Sam Raimi kick. My favorite Sam Raimi movie is still A Simple Plan, but
Yes.
my personal favorite, it's probably a shock, is The Gift.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing that, and then literally before we walked in to see Multiverse of Madness, we saw The Quick and the Dead. I finally saw that for the first time, and I'm just thinking, oh my god, we're gonna see a master back behind the camera. It's been so long. He'd been banished to the producing mines after Oz the Great and Powerful. I was so excited, and as an MCU movie, I think it's great. I think the script is a bit flimsy at times, but I really liked how it was in general. But as a Sam Raimi fan, for a good while, I felt like I see his touches. But I feel like for the first act and half of the second act, he had handcuffs on. Like, yeah, you can go nuts, but not too nuts. And there's bits where he breaks through in those handcuffs, like Wanda breaking through for that one a sorcerer, or the whole bit with the reflections. Like that's Raimi going all out.
She like all contorted and everything, like crawling out of the mirror, like ah,
coming out looking like the girl from The Ring. But then, for me, the turn, and I guess we're talking spoilers, like in general with this. And Kiona, I'm telling you, you will love this.
Go for it.
For me, the turn where it was like, okay, now Sam has come to play. It was right when Wanda just massacres all of the Illuminati, and it was like, okay, now Sam has come out to play.
Actually, a little bit before this, with the scene when Doctor Strange meets the alternate Earth Mordo, and he's describing what Wanda can do with the Darkhold. That whole montage sequence with like the cool sort of like 70s like psychedelic music in the background. That was a Raimiism through and through.
Like everything from that point onwards, it was like, okay, now he's in. This is the man that directed Darkman. And I think probably one of the cooler moments, and I find it oddly fitting that Sam Raimi got to direct this moment, was just when Wanda just comes out and pulls a fucking Legion on Xavier.
Yeah.
It's I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, though. You've probably seen like that section, Kiona, at least little bits, but it really does feel like a moment straight out of Legion. It's one of the most visually abstract things that I've seen from the MCU, and it's so horrifying. But then it gets to a point where in the trailers you see he fights himself, and from that moment on, Raimi just slams his foot on the gas and doesn't let go. It was so cool, and from that point on, you can testify to this. That whole time till the end of the movie, I just kept going, oh man.
Yeah.
Especially like the fucking scene where Raimi just says, do it. Evil Dead, let's go.
Yep.
Yes!
Yep. Who said
Dude,
that?
when he like
Nobody.
demons and like he turns them into a cape, then that was so metal.
Yes.
That was so cool.
And the fact that Strange, like in that moment, is a practical effect and not motion capture.
Yes.
Which is confusing why they did like zombie Strange practical, but the third eye wasn't.
I loved that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I don't know. It looked kind of gross.
I loved it because it looked gross. It looked so weird, and I could tell Raimi was like, it'd be really cool if we put that third eye right there. But Sam, it's gonna look weird. Well, I know, but that's
that's the
You're
point.
gonna get a fright out of them. Like the kids are gonna be like, "Oh, geez."
He'll have an excuse why he has to have a third eye in a third movie.
I will say this is where I get critical, especially because, like I said, the first act, in my opinion, is probably the weakest. But
That's fair.
I thank Sam Raimi for actually giving Rachel McAdams something to do. I love the first Doctor Strange movie, but I think it is a crime.
It was a crime.
That Scott Derrickson, I love you. I'm going to go see The Black Phone because it looks great. But you made Rachel McAdams and Mads Mikkelsen boring.
That should not be allowed.
How the hell that Mads Mikkelsen was in the MCU?
You forgot too.
I didn't.
But
yeah.
The thing that really frustrated me was the mid-credit scene. The post-credit scene I loved. That was, I could tell that was just Raimi like, can I just put this in there for my buddy? And they're like, yeah, Sam, go ahead. But the movie ends on such an amazing note. Just all right, Strange has reached absolution. He's at his moment of peace, but it's still creeping in. He's still got those demons inside him.
Walks
literally.
out, raindrops are falling on
my head. And then end credits. It's such a Sam Raimi ending. It's perfect, and it's enough to leave everyone going, "What the hell was that?" But in a good way. And you want to see where it goes from that point on. You want to see what happens right after that. But then the mid-credits happens, and it's just the biggest splash of cold water to such a fantastic ending. And it's enough that it makes me upset that that actress shows up, even though I adore her to pieces.
That's the thing. I adore Charlize Theron, and I'm very excited for whatever plans that Marvel has for her. But now that I'm thinking about it, you're right about the staging of that scene. And that's
weird.
That's even the problem with like the post-credit scene or the mid-credit scene in Spider-Man Far From Home. They kind of pull that same stunt.
They do. I don't think that, and Mike can attest to this, probably is the only one, because me and Mike hate ourselves when we went and saw Morbius. There is the worst end credit scene deliveries ever.
Oh God,
Morbius. That thing, they split an end credit scene. They have an entire arc between two end credit scenes, and you don't see how they work. And then they just go,
nope.
Sinister Six, if this is successful, go.
Wait, so you're telling me Morbius was bad?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, it's not the Morbius sweep that we're hoping for. Did not happen. Shocking. But I do tell you, there is a scene where Matt Smith is dancing shirtless with a six-pack, and some song about having raging sex is going on. So you got to have that.
There's some man candy if you want to watch it. Mm-hmm. Just gonna say, I saw it because it was about to leave theaters, and I have an AMC pass, so I saw it on Wednesday.
Josh, I'm going to explain to you exactly what the movie is. You have Morbius trying to be Morbius, and then Matt Smith is Bully Maguire as the villain.
That's fair.
Not even joking.
But that doesn't have the plasma suckers?
No, unfortunately, they don't mention plasma ones.
Just throw out the whole universe.
It is. I'm sorry. They couldn't afford it. They just couldn't.
Yeah, I was like, is this like an Uwe Boll like film? Like what is this?
Restart the clock. We got a Uwe Boll reference on the herpes.
No, but I was like, I can't remember. Alone in the Dark. I was like, this might as well be as bad as Alone in the Dark. I'm not expecting much. It's gonna end soon. That's what I always felt like when I watched that.
Alone in the Dark have Christian Slater in it?
No, it was the other one. It was Stephen Dorff.
Alone in the Dark. That at least had Christian Slater.
Oh God.
Oh, it did. It did at the end, but Stephen Dorff is like the guy. But yeah,
that's right.
But no, I feel like my friend isn't. I don't know. We're good nerds, but he doesn't he thinks about it later, and he just asks me questions, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, my superhero group, we already talked about all this mythology, so I'll tell you what all this is. But he was just like, so he just got a third eye, and then he was just cool with it when Charlize Theron showed up. He was just like, oh, that was that. Yeah, my day just went on. Yeah. And I was like, that is kind of messed up. They should have just made it a different day. Just like it was the same set, and you could tell he just was like, and I was like, why did you do that? One small thing, and it could have been like a bigger implication. But yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see her later.
Better if he kind of what I want to say.
Or it was before the third eye. I mean, honestly, they could have saved it for the next movie. But yeah.
If they would have let him walk into the sunset happy, and then you had the end credit scene revealing that he's still messed up.
Yeah.
That probably would have been better.
So there's a thing I want to ask you guys. Because one big criticism that a lot of people have is that there wasn't enough cameos.
No, that's not.
I spoke about this.
What do you guys make of that? Do you feel?
I think that those people are overprivileged assholes that shouldn't be going to movies anymore.
We don't need more. We had plenty. is what's his face not enough from Evil Dead? Like that was my cameo
Like,
that I wanted.
I explained
Bruce
this to
Campbell.
Mike. That entire Illuminati scene was basically Marvel's "We bought Fox dick" flopping on the table and then going, "We have all of them now. Just wait, we'll make them later."
But we won't. So, bye.
To paraphrase the tweet that I put out last week, like everyone is entitled to their opinion about the movie, but if the reason why you don't like it is because there aren't enough cameos, you're not a movie fan. You just want validation for your fan theories and fan fiction.
Here's one
Go
thing that I
watch
told Mike
something
that I
else.
wanted. If we wanted to hate movies because the thing that didn't show up that I didn't wanted, I could have left the theater screaming and kicking like a child because this didn't happen. But I wanted it to.
I know we were all expecting something like that.
What I told Mike, I was like, you know what? It would work perfect because he was being beefed up to possibly be Mysterio in a former Raimi film if this kept going. And you want to know what Spider-Man 4 was going to be? Spider-Man 4 was going to have John Malkovich as the Vulture in it. And you know what two big villains we had in the past two Tom Holland Spider-Man movies have been? Vulture and Mysterio. So you could have easily just went, they're their variants or whatever and threw them in. I wasn't upset. I was like, cool. You got to be the hot dog guy.
Yeah. I
can't
help but feel like that was just Raimi.
Spider-Man. It's getting to the point of where they think everything has to be that way.
I think it works. Like, I can't help but feel like that was Raimi's insistence. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my buddy in. He's not gonna be anybody important.
I love Manny's comment. He says the cameos were fine, but it was the Multiverse of Madness I was disappointed in. And if anyone saw the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once before Multiverse of Madness, I can completely understand that.
Yeah.
One of Manny's comment. Hold on, I didn't see it.
I need to see that. I fell asleep on that shirtless Matt Smith scene, and the old lady next to me said, "I missed the best part."
It kind of was a highlight. It was.
That movie has the worst, and I mean the worst CGI fight transition from the top of a building to the ground that I've seen in my entire life. I've put up with a lot of bad CGI, and I can tell you what happened. I physically could not explain to you how they got from point A to B in that situation. They start up from the top of a skyscraper and they end up in the bottom of a subway system, and I couldn't tell you how they did it.
That's when you know they fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel like they made that movie. They made like two different movies.
Ow.
And then they like try to piece it together. Like, that's fine.
And then somehow it didn't have a movie when they were done.
Yeah, they're like, we'll just leave it like that. Let them feast on it. I feel like Sony's like, I love all this stuff in the end. You know, the credits. They don't ask for logic. They want Venom.
I wish what they would have had at the end of that movie is, guys, don't worry, Morbius will not return.
That would be great.
I'm still kind of shocked that both Matt Smith and Jared Leto did that movie. And I'm like, you guys are kind of busy. You have work.
I would love to see what the scripts look like when these actors get them. Versus
probably.
When they get, I'm like, do they get a spec script that was like, guys, this is going to look great? And then they kind of like Tom Holland them when they told Tom Holland that it was going to be a wedding when RDJ dies and not a funeral. That's the whole script though. It's just different stuff. They get some Shakespearean level shit thrown at them. And then when they come by, they're like, so we're going to ride the wind of a subway car with our hands out and then growl.
Yep.
That wasn't in the script you gave me. And no, I didn't make that scene up.
No, it's 100% true. Oh, it's so bad.
I don't know about you. That sounds like that could be my favorite movie of the year. No, I'm kidding.
Hashtag Morbius sweep.
Okay, here's an honest question that we could talk about, I guess. It was cool seeing different multiverses, but people eating pizza. Crazy things. I will admit, they didn't do a whole lot of universe hopping, so that is a valid complaint. I can get with. You call the thing Multiverse of Madness, and you outside of 10 seconds visit 3.
Pizza balls are pretty crazy, though.
But they focus
Yeah, this
more on
is the
story,
same.
so I
This
get
is the
that.
same universe where you go unread.
Yeah. Got it.
Like, okay, one more comparison to Everything Everywhere. One of the best scenes in that movie is A, completely silent, and B, involves 2 inanimate objects with googly eyes.
Yeah.
And it makes sense in context, but
I was gonna say I have no idea because I haven't seen it yet. But all right.
It'll make sense.
it makes sense in context, but
Okay.
it is one of the funniest things I've seen all year.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes. My friend saw Everything Everywhere, and the power in the movie theater went out
Oh
when
no!
it's in the movie theater scene with the credits. So they thought, is this like a real practical effect of the movie? And then they're like, no, it's broken. And then the fire alarm started going on, and they like couldn't start the movie back again. And it was like right before the bagel scene, and I was like, whoa. And I was like, that's what I need. I need some like real world scares to really like up the ante on Marvel. Then I'm there. But no, I mean, I saw it twice. I like Doctor Strange. I like the first one, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like my bar is lower for Doctor Strange. So it doesn't. I'm just like, if there's some magic, Benedict Cumberbatch is like, being a little like snippy. There's a big fight. I'm good. I don't need more. Like, I'm satisfied.
With years of people like making jokes about Benedict Cumberbatch's name, none of them have come close to Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think my favorite one is Bendy Dick Come on My Back. That one I think
Nice.
That's great.
I have to say,
there's a whole YouTube video of a girl doing like 70 of them. That's where I got that
boy.
from.
I have to say, I think the kids freaking out at our screenings, at Brock's screening, and at our screen, because Krystal was freaking out too. It's also a limit of how far we've gone back with the PG-13 rating.
Yes.
Because my God, like, it felt good to see Sam Raimi just go full horror for that little bit, but it's like, man, I remember when Disney wasn't afraid to just scare the shit out of people. I was there when they decided, you know what? Let's have our swashbuckling superhero trilogy start the third movie, the second movie, where a guy literally gets his eyeball eaten out by a crow in a prison, and they have to like maneuver up a mountain on a ball made of human remains. Like, I swear to God, I feel like
Return of Oz was PG.
Oh my God. Ooh. And then
Watcher in
Lord
the
of
Woods
the Rings.
is freaking scary as shit.
You're right.
And then Lord of the Rings, just letting Peter Jackson suddenly be like, oh yeah, I made Meet the Feebles. Here, have some orcs.
Meat's back on the menu, boys. Yeah. There's a lot of that. And like, I like that it almost, parts of those deaths were more horrifying because there was restrictions. Like, I try to explain to people just how messed up Black Bolt goes out, and I can't properly explain it.
No.
He eviscerates. His entire body is a bag to hold in fluids after that happens. And, like, a man literally got unraveled. But that's okay, because there was no blood. That's what blows my mind. Like in the Transformers movies, I don't remember which one it is. I think it's the third one, where freaking Optimus Prime rips Megatron's head off with the spine and basically swings it around and slam dunks it on a bridge. But it's motor oil, so it's okay, guys.
They had that with Wanda.
With Wanda, she's got.
She's like covered in black ooze just all over. And if it were red, that would be the hardest thing you would ever see in a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
You do get to see some blood here on Captain Carter's shield.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, when she gets Norman Osborn.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, and
Oh,
Osborn and a half.
oh no.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty gruesome. I was like, well, damn, okay. And then they just really go in there. I was just like, who's next?
It was, but the thing that was weird with me is they really toned it down for when they did Rambo. I thought that was
They
weird. I'm
did.
like, they're just gonna drop a statue on you. I'm like, y'all went Tarantino on the rest of them, but her, it's like, no, it's a statue. It's fine.
I know, that's weird.
But the fact that with Wanda, and I was one of those people that was like, she's a little bit more than just bendy fingers and whatever. I was like, show some of her changing reality. And then they're just like, he could kill you with the breath of his mouth or whatever. He's just like, what one? And I looked at him like, oh, fuck. Yeah, that's the Wanda. That's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's openly said, I guess in a recent interview that was done this weekend, that she wants to, if possible, say the "No More Mutants" line in a movie. I don't know how you get there, because you gotta have mutants first.
I'm so confused how the fuck like Mr. Fantastic thought he could ever put up a fight.
Oh no, that didn't work.
Arrogant.
Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Fantastic, I didn't think about this until Mike mentioned it. Everyone was like, outside of the Loki series, there has been next to nil of mentions of Kang outside of the one that you guys brought up earlier. There was one in the Multiverse of Madness when Reed Richards mentions he has a kid, because Nathaniel Richards is Kang.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either until someone pointed it out, and I'm like, you're right. The
Oh,
other
wow.
one is the one that's the most powerful mutant that creates cosmoses when he sneezes and he's bored. No, that one's Kang.
Yeah, he said children, so he could have been mentioning, he could have referenced both Nathan and Franklin.
Franklin, Valeria.
Yeah. He has another one? I didn't know.
He has
about
Valeria, who's
that. I
the
did not know
girl.
about that. Huh. Valeria? But
Yeah.
There's some
But
of it.
interesting. Well, this movie does pull from Disassembled, Avengers Disassembled, a lot, basically, for the whole crux of Wanda's storyline in this.
Mhm.
So yeah, she could very well be on her way to saying that line.
Yeah. One question.
Once they introduce X-Men.
Yeah. Did any of you guys get a theater full of laughter when they said the group was called the Illuminati?
I didn't hear much laughter with that.
Because my entire theater, most of it that were adults, erupted in laughter because they were like, really? They gave them that name? I'm like, it's a thing. It's not them just making something up. That's what it's called.
Blame Bendis.
Okay, yeah, I'm just like, they're not. It's like that word has been ruined in real life now.
It totally has, yeah.
The funny thing is, it also involves eyes.
You're right. It does.
Wow. You'll just now realize that.
You opened my eyes, Josh.
I will say that's probably like, if Everything Everywhere All at Once really does a lot of multiversal hopping. I haven't seen it. We're probably going to see it like fairly soon. But the one thing that I will say, that's probably the biggest missed opportunity in this whole thing, because I'm not going to lie, and I've got the sign here.
Uh-oh.
I was expecting it to be,
Oh,
I
boy.
don't know if it's coming in. I was halfway expecting it to turn into a thing like in Kingdom Hearts, where Doctor Strange and America are traveling around different universes. And I was so upset that it was really only like 3 and the in-between world. That looks like a Final Fantasy world.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call it? The multiversal highway or something like that?
I don't remember exactly what they
What's it
said.
called in Kingdom Hearts where like the tutorial levels.
The void of the heart or something like that. There was something. It had something to do with the word heart.
They say it either had heart or darkness in it. It's one of the two.
They say heart in that movie as much as they say renewal in the Batman.
Oh boy.
Well, I don't think you guys want to know my opinion on the Batman.
Speaking of the multiverse, we haven't really touched much upon America Chavez.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
That was that. We're starting to get to the point where like I knew about America, but that was one of the characters where a lot of people. I'm like somehow like I know more than most people, but I'm not some expert. Where I get the messages like, "Who is that?" Hold on. It's like we're getting to that point where we're starting to introduce a lot more of those characters, and especially with Kaye at the end, where it's like, I'm cool they're adding those in now because we can finally start putting them up on the big screen because again, they make Avengers Endgame like revenue every month now. So these movies could make no money and they'd be okay.
Yep.
So they could take risks, but I'm glad they got something like America in there because they could start planning a Young Avengers movie any damn time now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The pieces are definitely in place.
I was so happy with her character. I was never an America Chavez fan, but this movie gave, like, granted, I haven't read a lot of her stories. As far as I know, she didn't have a lot of solo series, right?
I just remember the time when she punched Hitler.
I remember that.
Time.
But it like this was like something that I needed to see, and it just reaffirmed, like, oh yeah, I think I would like this character. I just like just like in comics, sometimes you have that one character that's introduced and it's like, I mean, I guess, but then like the right creative team will come along and be like, no, but that character's actually cool though. Here's why. And I like the humanity and spunk that they gave her.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm always going to be happy that we're getting a bit of a Latina uprising like in Hollywood right now. And I really hope that, how do you pronounce her name?
I think it's Suchi. Suchi Gomez.
Suchi Gomez. I really want her to take off like after this because she was really great. She had that charisma. I've been saying that a lot with these Marvel movies, especially with the Manger Zhang, I think was her name, the actress who played Shang-Chi's sister.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was really good.
Is
I
it
really
power-
liked her.
But yeah, America was great. It's so weird to say that in reference to a character and not a country.
Yeah.
Especially given recent events.
Yeah.
Mary Ferrar's been out here doing good work. I'm used to girls named America now.
It was one of those things where I was like, are they going to change her name?
They could have.
I was like, I wouldn't be upset. Like,
they had the Marvel quip for like the Illuminati will see you now. The Illuma-whatty? But then a character will say, my name is America Chavez, and there's no comment of like, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
Yeah. I was expecting that line. I really was.
I'm glad we didn't get that. Because she was already like getting those sort of reactions to, talking about the multiverse. And the scene in the pizza joint where Steven's kind of explaining the events of No Way Home, and like a spider, what now?
You have multiple insect themed villains or themed heroes. Yeah, that was. And the one thing is that she being a character, how she explains something puts a real big, I want to say pigeonholes a bunch of future possible plot points in the MCU.
Oh, because the whole explanation with with the
If you
multiverse.
see yourself in a dream, what you're actually seeing is a multiversal version of yourself. I'm like, y'all made that way too specific.
But that
Okay, but this is the problem I have with I mean, it's not a problem yet, but if this continues, it could get worse. Loki, No Way Home, and now Multiverse of Madness have each had 3 different explanations for the multiverse, but they don't quite seem to have gelled. And I'm sure like the like the big finale of Phase 4 will have a more cleaned up explanation, but right now it does seem a bit disjointed.
A little messy.
Yeah, a little bit messy, but not enough that they can't fix it later.
I will give them credit that at least through it, they've had 3 different organizations, America, who does it through a power, and then Strange, who had to figure out his own way, and then the TVA was not like you had 3 people that were the same character as Strange going, I did it this way, I did it this way, and I did it this way. You at least had somewhat separate people, but yeah, it's like, if you have another person come up with how they went through the multiverse and you're not gonna make a rule, I'm gonna start getting scared.
Yeah.
But I love the messiness. Honestly, this is the most excited I've been for the MCU in quite some time because I have no idea where the hell they're going.
Oh, I love that, like on the macro scale, that kind of like where we were with Phase 1. Like, sure,
Yeah.
it was leading to Avengers, but even after Avengers, all we knew was that, oh yeah, that purple guy at the end, that's Thanos.
Yeah, the part where it can start getting messy is where all of a sudden they're like, the way that worked once went, well, because of plot conveniences, we can't do it that way again. Sorry. But it was easy. No, sorry, different movie. We can't do that. That's why eventually you're going to have to like not have 7 versions of it. I'm happy as well. And what a lot of people are bitching is that the movies don't connect as much. I'm like, yeah, it's almost like they're starting over.
Like we got a Jack Kirby and Neil Gaiman inspired Marvel movie in theaters recently. I still haven't seen Eternals, but I'm so happy that exists. And then it's like, oh yeah, we just want to do some kung fu. Here's Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And on the note about dreams, Benedict Cumberbatch probably has 2 of the best lines in the whole movie in that whole thing, and one of them involves that. It's where Evil Strange is like, so tell me, have you ever had a dream where you feel like you're falling down a tall building or a cliff? That was probably me.
It was me, Barry.
That was very good.
His delivery on that was just kind of perfect.
That, and right after that, when I forget
It's
exactly
like
what he says.
you gotta dream fast to get to the other dimension, and Christine's like, but wait, don't you have to be like how are you gonna do that? Because there's
There needs
no
to be a
like
body in the
a
other
life
dimension.
thing.
It doesn't have to be alive now, does it?
Not that one is like, be ready, like for what? Like what does he say? Like
Beings of the undead or something like that.
yeah, like
It's the souls of the damned.
like somebody was like people
Like
are gonna
I
come-
need you to protect me
Me
from
from
what?
what?
And then it does like that Sam Raimi, the souls of the damned. And then Christine just goes full on Ash when one of the souls starts going to her. She's got like this giant cauldron. I don't even know what the hell it does, but who cares? And she just looks at one of them as it's coming. She's just like, go back to hell.
Love that.
That was when we started getting the Sam Raimi camera cuts where it's between America and Wanda, where they like zoom in on their face and going, huh? Yeah. It was just like, Sam's starting to call cuts now.
Oh my god.
Or when Strange sends the serpents out at Wanda and he's like hissing at her.
Yes! That was the best.
Brock, that was made even better because on my end you glitched while explaining the cut between Wanda and America. So you're here, and then suddenly you just jumped forward like this.
Nice. I hope that's on our end when we upload the video.
I hope so too.
Awesome. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, it's one of those things where you get to see directors are getting to get more like, I wouldn't say they were as handcuffed as some people say they are, but it's like you're starting to see where they're getting to have a lot more come off because again, they make billions of dollars a month now from Disney Plus.
I have a feeling that ever since Edgar Wright was like ever since Marvel and Edgar Wright like split after Ant-Man, I think they started to learn slowly over time that if we let the directors do their thing, it usually results in, if not a better movie, a more interesting movie. And I have so far in this phase felt that way with both Eternals and this.
I would agree.
Now, one thing we haven't really touched upon quite yet is Doctor Strange himself. Some people are kind of arguing that, you know, even though the movie is called Doctor Strange, he's not exactly the main character. Mm-hmm. And while I see where they're coming from, he does kind of feel more like a James Bond or a Mad Max, where, like, sure, his name's on the box, but he's more like the tour guide into this journey, and he's really there to he's really there as like an anchor for his supporting cast, which has like the bulk of the character development. But even then, he still has his own arc, dealing with his own inner demons and also literal demons.
Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about his character arc throughout this?
About the whole, like, it's one of those things where, again, they got to have actually Rachel McAdams do some stuff, and it's just like he's realizing he spent his entire life doing all this stuff, and it was not a thing they got to talk about a lot, because in the first one it was basically him needing to be a character, and then they focused on him bonding with Mordo, and then Mordo wanting to kill him, and then they threw all that in a basket over there, and maybe they'll address it in a different movie. And but yeah, the whole, you got to actually have him seen, like, realizing that his entire life he could have cared about people besides himself for once, and then you had a whole entire movie where he had to care for someone else and saw that there were other versions of him that were dickheads. That's kind of the easiest way to go, like, dude, what the hell? And then who was his villain? A person who, again, with help from a manipulative magic book, became a different version of what his mindset was, super obsessed on what he thought would make him happy. And coming from a guy who has commitment issues, when I was looking at this, I was like, you know, it takes a real kick in the ass sometimes to realize that you just need to look past your own peripheral, like, total around vision to realize that you're missing a lot of shit because you're too focused on your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when it got to the end where she's just asking about different things and they're asking about different versions of him if he acts the same way, and he finally starts getting seen that he is a good person, I was kind of like, you know, that's a good thing. I wish you would have got maybe 20 more minutes in the film of concentrating on that. But you still got there, in my opinion. And he, like, confesses that he loved Christine in all the universes, and I'm like, that's cool. How they're going to deal with that in the next movie when, and I had to be told about this, they just introduced the person who in some versions of his character arc he gets married to.
Yep.
It was like, okay, you're probably going to get over Christine rather quick.
Although, I guess in some regards, you could
Which
like,
Christine is happier with someone else. I get that. That was part of it. So,
well, yeah, well, that, and this is his declaration of love to, albeit an alternate Christine, is kind of like giving himself closure.
Yeah, you got that for sure. It was just one of the things that they finally took over at the end, and again, they showed that he was going through stuff throughout the movie, and then they finally hit it hard at the end there. So yeah, they got
Sometimes that's the only kind of closure that you get, is to tell the person how you feel, and it just is what it is.
It is. It is true.
I can't remember if I brought this up on our original review, but one line that made me so happy, and kind of why I prefer this movie to the first Doctor Strange, they mentioned Donna.
Yep. For
For those who don't know, Donna is Steven's sister who died in an accident when they were younger, and this is what inspired him to start practicing medicine. And what really bugs me about the first Doctor Strange, as much as I love the spectacle of it all, to not mention the reason he became a doctor, it kind of removes a lot of the emotion of the first film, and as a result, he kind of is resorting to merely Tony Stark with magic, which is not necessarily the most comic accurate depiction of the character. So I like that Sam Raimi pretty much fixed. Well, he didn't fix it entirely, but just that one acknowledgement made me feel a lot better about the character moving forward.
I do like how they say that he just doesn't talk to anyone about it, and he finally admitted it. I think it gave it a little bit more power, but I mean, in terms of the crux of the character, it is kind of weird it wasn't in the first one.
And apparently, they actually did film that scene. It was just cut from the film for some reason.
Samuel, why?
It's one of those things where it's I didn't know Donna existed until this movie. Again, I didn't know much about Strange, but then someone asked me, is that kind of taking Uncle Ben completely out of some Spider-Man movies? And I'm like, maybe. I don't know if it's that drastic, but it's near that, when that's the reason why they took up their profession.
Yeah, it if you don't know the character, it seems like a pretty big deal to leave out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
I give it credit though for everything that they've done, because as much as I have problems with the script and everything like that, at the crutch of it, I will disagree forever that people will say well, he wasn't even much of a main character. It's probably the most clear protagonist that I've seen in these Marvel movies, with the exception of maybe No Way Home. Just because a lot of times, it's the very basic, hero origin story, like this and No Way Home and Shang-Chi. Again, another thing that these modern Marvel movies are trying to do now, they're actually trying to say something through their protagonists, like Shang-Chi having to overcome the trauma of his psychotic father and the grief that he had. No Way Home, just with Peter in general kind of realizing, oh wow, I really don't know shit. I really am just a dumb kid in the grand scheme of things, and I have fucked up.
And while the dialogue is admittedly a little bit repetitive, the line "Are you happy?" in this movie is
so
pretty
good.
It's a profound line, if not a little repetitive.
It works though, and I'm not gonna lie, the journey that Strange goes on I can't help but see it as kind of. I guess I'm reading a lot into it, but I've been at a recent point in my life where I've just been looking back at a lot of my life and realizing a lot of the stuff that I've done wrong or a lot of the things that I never did. And I don't know, just a lot of the stuff like Christine talking to him at the wedding and asking like, are you happy? And he's like, yeah, of course. And then that being mirrored later on by Evil Strange. Like, did you, I did the same thing that you did. Did you go to the wedding? Like, I went to the wedding and Christine asked if I was happy and I lied and said, of course I am. And then I had to bring myself back to this haunted house knowing that I was lying the whole time. I'm not trying to bring down the mood, but it's just, it's something that I'm appreciating so much that they're trying to do with this stuff, and that they're really exploring that, yeah, these people are just like us in that sense, and that they are and can be profoundly miserable, but it's how you work through that misery. And I love, like, one underrated thing, in my opinion, is in the beginning, Sam Raimi has fun with it. Strange is going to the wedding. He's like, how do I fuck it? And then he just waves his hands and he ties the tie just with magic. And he just,
I love that.
he just jumps off the building to suit up to fight the thing, which that was so ridiculous, but I was so happy that it happened. But then at the very end, he fixes the clock himself, the little watch, and then puts it away forever. And it's just,
Oh yeah.
it's such a profound little moment. And it's so perfect. And it's those little touches where I see the vision and I see the beauty, that the sincerity that Sam Raimi tried to bring and that Marvel in general is trying to bring. And it's something that I've missed profoundly in Marvel stuff.
Same.
Yeah, and also that shot of being inside the watch with the gears turning and stuff. Oh, that looks so cool. That was great.
So it kind of feels like we're winding this down. Anything that we haven't brought up yet that that you have to say, Teresa? Any final thoughts?
I like that they just slipped it in there that America had two moms. I thought that was sweet. I do like, I kind of feel like, especially if you watched it after Far, like if you maybe haven't watched like the TV stuff, I think it is a good lead on from Far From Home where it kind of left you a little devastated. And then it's like Doctor Strange can almost like forgive himself a little bit for like what happened. And not that he even knows that, like, because of what happened, but like he knows something went down. And I feel like it's like with each Marvel movie, it's like almost like a cautionary tale or something like that. And I felt like this one was really good and contained for this character and didn't have any implications for the other universes the way like Peter Parker is learning, but it's like really ruined a lot of other people's lives. So I thought that was like a very interesting way of like he's going all these like multiverses and things like that, but like the lesson and like the kind of waves of it is very small and personal on the level for him. I thought that was sweet.
Nice. Josh, Krystal, any final thoughts?
I'm more critical on it, but I still really enjoyed it, and I hope to God that this isn't the last that we see of Sam Raimi in the director's chair. We need more of his vision.
I mean, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I really want to see movies take PG-13 seriously, like all movies. And aside from that, I do have to say my favorite part was still the music fight.
Yeah.
I just have to say, how do you know I'm a bad guy? Toccata and fugue in D minor. But yeah, it was a ton of fun, and I'm try not to take it like too seriously. Just like it's Sam Raimi, it's fun.
Honestly, that's just the way everyone should be looking at this movie. Kiona, has what we described enticed you to watch this even more?
I'm excited, man. I really want to see this movie. Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
And I still love Wanda. I don't care. I don't care about her being a murderous, rampaging, whatever, Scarlet Witch. But I want to. I still love that character, even through all of this. I mean, I still love Dark Phoenix, and I still love, Willow after Dark Willow. So I mean, like, for me, I think she's a kind of a fractured person, but I think that that's what's relatable for me personally. I always find myself gravitating towards those types of characters. So and as far as Doctor Strange goes, I think I'm excited to see where they take him, and especially with with Clea showing up and yeah, I mean, even without fully watching this movie, I can still you can extrapolate that there's going to be interesting things coming down the line for America Chavez. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like a really good movie to me. And plus, Sam Raimi's Danny Elfman. What's not to love?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Did he bring it to this movie?
I think this might be Danny Elfman's best score in quite a bit. I don't always love the music that he does for big blockbusters, but this is the first time that I've genuinely fallen in love with music that he's written.
Guitar licks.
Yeah, the random little electric guitar just thrown in, it's so cool.
Yeah, I even listened to the soundtrack just by itself a couple days ago, and it's just so good. Brock, any final thoughts?
Side note, man, I have not seen a picture of Danny Elfman in 20 years, and then someone showed me what he looked like at a recent concert. I didn't know that Danny Elfman could break me in half and use me as a toothpick. But anyway, besides that, in the movie, two things. One that we didn't mention, that the thing that Clea opens the portal, it's literally where Dormammu is.
Yeah, they're jumping into the dark dimension.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I love about this movie that we didn't mention, I'll say I just love the movie. Doctor Strange kind of twice got taught the same lesson by teenage kids, 2 adventures in a row, but this one he'll actually get to remember. Is basically Peter Parker trying to show him there's a better way to deal with things, just not the fast and easy way, even though I screwed it up trying to do it the first time. And then he dealt with it, changed the people's lives, and then fixed what was going on. And then the second time, it was one version of him went, no, I'm just going to steal your powers and do it the fast way. And the third one, and then he went through this whole thing doing his best to try and do it the right way, because all of his other versions of him did it the wrong way. So he kind of got taught the same lesson by a teenager 2 times in a row. And one he was forced to forget, and now he can't.
It's nice that
Thought that was cool.
as a doctor, he remembers his Hippocratic oath.
Yes. For better or for worse sometimes. But no, it was really good. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be another movie in history that uses music in a fight scene ever. Fight me. I don't think you're going to come close.
I might even go down and say that the music fight scene is one of the best scenes of the year. Next to the rock scene from Everything Everywhere and the Batmobile chase.
Yes.
I there are a couple iconic scenes, and we're only barely halfway through the year.
It's like flick of the ting.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's really good. Go see it.
Yeah. If you've seen my review either on Letterboxd or our 0 hour, you know how much I adore this movie. The fact that I went out of my way to watch it in 3D is just more more proof of how much I think this movie rules. I still don't know where it lands in terms of like its placement in the MCU. I would say either top 5 or top 10. But yeah, this movie rules. Sam Raimi, it's good to have you back. Please don't wait another 10 years to direct again.
Do the next Doctor Strange movie.
Honestly,
Yes.
great and powerful. This was not in a good way.
Exactly. So before we get out of here, Teresa, where can everyone find you online?
You can find me at Teresa Electro on all social channels.
And Josh?
So you can find me at Twitter at JSH Lozano, where again I just give a lot of my hot takes in general, as well as simp over numerous actors and actresses. You can check me out on YouTube at JoshBoy64, where I'm kind of in my own Sam Raimi era, where I am taking forever to get to my next video, which will be a Kingdom Hearts thing, and then after that, a pitch that I have about what I would do to change the Oscars for the better. Spoiler alert, actually celebrate movies?
Wait.
Hell of a concept. And
Not just have everybody walk up to the stage and slap each other.
hey,
That could
everybody
be
needs
fun.
to take some lessons from the Will Smith School of Hard Knocks every once in a while. America did it with Wanda in the movie. I'd also like to shout out 2 things just real quick. And one is that I had the honor of voicing of being a voice actor for my buddy Steve at Chimera Films. He did a video fan casting the other characters in the Sonic movies.
Oh.
And he reached out to me and said that
Wait. I want you all to guess. Guess.
All right. How well known is this character?
Very.
And
Guess
they
what
haven't been
character
shown on
that
screen
was?
yet.
This character's shown up on screen.
Has shown up on screen.
Is
Okay.
it Shadow?
They're on screen already? Then Knuckles?
He had me voice Tails.
Okay.
It is the fact that all of you immediately went, what? Oh.
Yeah.
In his own words, I had the exact register for it, and he almost put audio clips of me over Tails. But I'm on there at Chimera Films on YouTube. It's his latest video. He even uploaded the sketches that I voiced for, as well as bloopers. You can hear me basically killing my friend with trying to do as high-pitched a voice as I can. And I'd also like to shout out an event that happened today. You'll probably see it secondhand on YouTube, but there was this big thing for a bunch of content creators called Content Clash, where a bunch of YouTubers in general got together to do something for charity. YouTubers that aren't necessarily like on the level of like the Paul brothers or anything like that, but together garner enough clout. People like Ego Raptor from Game Grumps, The Odd Ones Out, Matt and Ryan from Super Mega, with Michael something or another.
Michael Reeves.
They went to the ring and trained for months. And tonight they went up in the boxing match and they all clashed the best that they could. And it was honestly one of the best experiences I've seen secondhand. It's better than any UFC fight. Suck it, Joe Rogan. And it was all for charity. So if you ever get a chance, if you haven't seen it already, I'd recommend checking it out. It was honestly something really special. And you can find me on Facebook in the Renegade Pop Culture Facebook group.
And Crystal?
You can find me on TikTok and Twitter under simply_ragu816. And you can also find me on the Renegade Pop Culture group chat on Facebook under my name, Crystal Gillum.
And Kiona?
You can find me on Twitter at Keona Tang. That's KeonaTang.
And Brock?
You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mostly on YouTube and on Twitch. And I'm in the current process of getting logos and stuff done for starting a variety podcast of just random things where a good chunk of these people will show up on. It'll start out monthly, and if people care about it, it'll go to weekly.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can find me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name. You can check out Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Twitter at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on Podchaser and the Banana Meter. You can listen to all of our podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we. That'll do it for this episode of Renegade Capes. We will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Bye.